Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy BULLBOYKENNELS. Today I got another video for you. This one here is just some pickups that I was doing. Uh, some are new, some are used. I would say half used, half new. So it's 50-50 mixture. You're probably wondering why I figured half new, half used. A lot of times when you're getting certain titles, especially if, they don't come with digital codes, and you don't want to pay that regular price, sometimes it's just best to get it as a used copy. One, you save money. Even if you have to pay for shipping, it's still much cheaper than, ordering it day one. Now, there were some titles I did want. I just didn't want to pay regular price. So, I just waited, looked for some good deals, people selling stuff that's in like basically perfect condition, pretty much. And then some that were pre-orders that, should have arrived on time, but even though the day that it was supposed to be delivered, it said it was out for delivery the entire day, but it never even got shipped out till basically a week later. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump into those titles, and we'll see exactly what that first one is that, ended up being delayed. So let's go ahead and get into that. So I figured, I'd give you a little different view here. Really should have moved my mouse, but I just took it over here for now. But yeah, that first title is the Cobra Kai Collection. Now I never watched this TV series. I did catch glimpses of it, if that counts. But as far as watching it, no, I didn't. I didn't watch it. But I always heard good things about it, and I know based on some of the images that I seen for it, they did bring back a lot of the characters from the Karate Kid movies. 'Cause that was during my time, of course, so I grew up watching the Karate Kid. The new ones that they made afterwards, maybe for the new generation, y'all care for that, but I don't really care for that shit. Unless I can find it for a good cheap price, I might pick up those, but other than that, it's the original movies. But anyways, like I said, I did finally end up getting this after it got delayed, even though it did say it was out for shipping. One thing I didn't like, and I guess they're starting to do this with a lot of these collections or sets. Now, even though these are all, individually done, which is cool. I mean, that's cool. I like that they're individuals. They're all in their own little artwork there. But what I don't like, is for the price of this, they don't include no damn digital code. It's like, come on. $119, you don't include no digital code for this. I mean, it's cool. I mean, they're all in, they probably put what, like 4 or 5 episodes per disc. Yeah, this one's 5, and that's another 5. So I mean, that part is cool, but it would have been nice to have gotten all these with the digital code. I did check all of them. I know season 3, well, the last season had 3 discs, but there was no digital codes. I was a little disappointed. You would think that it would include it, but no, no, they didn't include it. But I mean, either way, I mean, I guess you figure, $119. What is it? Six seasons. I mean, that's not. I mean, price wise, that ain't bad. Should I have waited? Maybe picked it up on a sale and got it for, I don't know, $80, maybe even 70. Yeah, probably could have. I didn't want to. I figured, I'm gonna get it now while I can. Call it FOMO. But yeah, I figured I'd go ahead and pick that up. But I should definitely enjoy this. I mean, especially with the old characters being brought back, which is probably the coolest part of, about the entire series. So, there's always that. All right, let's go ahead and get into the next stuff here. This one I did pick up new as well, so it's another new pickup. Another movie from my childhood. I did get this for a really good price. This was brand new copy, still sealed and everything. I did end up watching this today because I wanted my wife. Actually, I wanted my wife and daughter to both watch this. My daughter was working, so just me and my wife watched it. So I told my wife, I was like, yeah, you should watch this movie. It's a really good movie. Especially it's a chick movie too, so you should definitely dig it. I'm gonna say it's one of the few girly movies that I'm into, and it's probably just more so, because this came out in the mid '80s, so that's when I grew up during my fun times. So it was a movie I always enjoyed. There is another movie about the same time, might even been the same year, that actually probably will be coming in. Well, at least from the time of this video that I'm making it will be coming in the next day. But y'all probably may not see that for a couple more days or so. But yeah, Billie Jean, or the Legend of Billie Jean, her brother, he gets his scooter messed up, by this prick. And then the prick's father, he's trying to, you know, basically do the nasty to her. So they go on this whole little spree of not committing crimes, but people think they committing crimes. Then she basically has to prove her innocence, and then she meets this one kid, ends up being a rich kid, which is, I don't remember his name because I'm so bad with names, but he's the same dude that plays the main character in Christine. So if you ever watch Christine, the goofy looking dude, well, he's the rich kid in this movie that she ends up, pretty much hooking up with for the most part. So, you definitely got that. But yeah, I mean, this is a really good movie though. I mean, for what it is and during this time, this was a fantastic movie, and I've never owned it. Matter of fact, I had to like go on different forums and explain to people parts of different parts of scenes because I couldn't even remember the name. So that was the only way I could find out what the name of the movie was because I could not remember it for nothing. So, glad to have it. It's not something I'm gonna watch all the time, but I definitely will watch it from time to time. And I will enjoy this for sure. So, that's the Legend of Billie Jean. Billie Jean. And I just and I didn't even know she played as Supergirl. Didn't know that. But then again, I never watched Supergirl, so there's that. But that was interesting to find out. I was like, you know what? I might have to go and watch Supergirl just because she was the one that played the character. So yeah. All right, now these two I did get used, but I did get these for really good price, really good deal. So I can't say no to a good deal. especially a great, fantastic price, and when people keep their stuff in good conditions. One of those is the Blu-ray of the Gremlins 2. Yes, I'm a fan of the Gremlins. I don't remember how many Gremlins there are. I don't know if it's 1, 2, 3, but I definitely know there was 2 for sure. But I've never seen a 4K release for part 2. Only the Blu-ray. And the price is always up and down. Like it's never really cheap. It's always kind of pricey, which is a little crazy, but I got it for really cheap though. So I couldn't complain on that one. But I mean, there's nothing better than the first Gremlins, of course. First one was the best, but I did want part 2, just be able to watch it and, kind of relive some of those younger days, as one would say. So that was the whole reason, I ended up picking up part 2. Would have been nice if it would have been in 4K. I definitely would have got the 4K version, but no 4K, just Blu-ray. But yeah, this one I gotta watch, see how the quality of this is. I know for the Billie Jean, I wish they would make a 4K for that. The HDR on that would be fantastic. But this one, again, I have to watch it, see what it looks like on Blu-ray. Because I think all I ever seen this on was DVD, and I don't even think I own the DVD. Pretty sure I don't, but yeah, there's that. There is the Gremlins, and they do got some behind the scenes type of stuff. So I don't know if y'all are. Yeah, it's kind of hard to get the focus up higher, but I kind of have it set to this distance. So, but yeah, Gremlins 2. All right, now my last one, the last one I ended up picking up, the last one, Snakes on a Plane. Yeah, like basically like perfect condition, and this only comes with 1 disc anyway. So, and Arrow doesn't do digital codes on their movies, and it has everything. Everything's inside, but it's just a 1 disc release. So, there's that. But yeah. I guess Snakes on a Plane, a little some Samuel L. Jackson action there. I think the movie's kind of funny in certain ways, but I also think it's dumb as hell. Like pretty dumb. Like I think this movie's pretty stupid, but stupid in a funny way. Because so much of it that goes on, you're like, man, like there is no way like that type of stuff's gonna be happening on a plane. Like it's just so outrageous and out there. But I think the stupidity of the movie is what makes it good. And to get it for sub $20 shipped and everything. I think that's a fair price for something that's decently new, because I definitely wasn't paying $35. I wasn't gonna do that. I wasn't even gonna pay $30. No, no. But sub 20. And it comes with everything. For all you people that are slipcover fanatics. It has a slipcover and everything, so that's cool. I mean, I will say, like, for our releases, well, at least for the boutique labels, for them, I would want the slipcovers. Regular Blu-ray releases, stuff like this, if it comes with it, it's just a bonus. If it doesn't come with the slipcover, I ain't bothered by it, but at least the boutique stuff. Like there's, you know, you're paying, you know, all that extra money. You know, there should come, you know, with it. I don't like when they start selling them and they're like, no slipcover, no slipcover for you, my friend. You didn't pay day one all that extra money. So you know that's kind of a bummer right there. But yeah, Snakes on the Plane, Samuel L. Jackson, crazy funness on a stupid level. But yeah, those are you know, those are my current pickups. Um, at least for now, you know, do have some more stuff coming in as always, here and there, trickling in. And when it ain't trickling in, it's just pouring like rain. So you know, it all depends on the time of the year. Sometimes it's a bunch of stuff. Other times it could be maybe one thing. Sometimes it's nothing. Sometimes I don't get nothing comes in because there was nothing I wanted to order. But at least for now, you know, this is what I do have. So you know, maybe you got to watch some of these. Maybe you enjoy some of them. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't care, or maybe you do. But yeah, I mean, if there was, you know, if anything piqued your interest or you're into, definitely let me know in the comments. I do try to check my emails, even though I do get a lot of emails, too much emails, but I do try to check them. So, I mean, you know, if I do see, you know, any reply or comment, I will try to go ahead and reply to it as best I can. But other than that, you know, if I have any affiliate links I can leave for these, you know, through Amazon, does help out the channel, you know, whatever little bit that may be. And if you feel, you know, as gracious to use those links, because it doesn't cost you nothing but a little bit of your time, you know, it's always greatly appreciated. And if you don't want to use them, you know, that's fine too, my friend. You don't have to. It's okay. The world is gonna be all right. Anyways, it's been your boy BULLBOYKENNELS, and as always, keep them scratching. Peace. We up out of here.